Here I am. Hang on. What did I press there? Christ on a bike. Bit there. Shut up. There's breaking news today, though. Have you heard the latest? In fact, shall I just go straight to this? I was going to start with Twitter like you always do. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a clue. Has anybody seen this today? Ever heard of that fella? Anyone heard any news regarding this chap? It's Diddler Fest. That's what Labour should start a music festival. Diddler Fest. It's unbelievable. Look at this, right? Here we are. Obviously, he's the longest serving chief whip in the Labour Party. So he's a proper pillar. He's a titan of the Labour Party. And look at this breaking news that I haven't verified it. I don't know how true it is. But I'm willing to wager, going by who it's off, and the fact that Andrew Bridgen is delivering it, I'm willing to wager it's true. Let's see what he says. Hang on. I need to put my headphones in. This is unreal. Absolute diddler party. I've just made a video as well. I just made a video about how Farage has come right out and said it. He's gone, awful lot of diddlers in this party. And obviously the media that's covered up for diddlers for 50 years, they're all acting outraged. Oh, it's beyond the pale, this. It's beyond the pale. Anna Soubry can go on telly and call you a full-blown, one-bollocked Austrian dictator anytime she wants. She can slur you as anything she likes. She can call you a racist, sexist, homophobe, misogynist, anything you want. But the second you say a true fact, which is your party looks like it's full of diddlers, they act outraged. Oh, this is beyond the pale. I can't. Oh, this is truly despicable gutter politics. Oh, yeah. Hang on. You've been calling us names for 40 years, you scumbags. What are you talking about? I wouldn't mind if they just lied or insulted me, but they're hypocritical. They're always hypocritical all the time, and that's what pisses me off so much. Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting. Just watch this. It's unbelievable. Absolute diddler king. Andrew should be the monarch of Diddler Island. What we should do is, right, we should, I don't know, we need to come up with some solutions. We're all going to have to, sacrifice. So I would suggest what we do is we repatriate all the guys off the Isle of Man. It's the only one I can think of that's ours these days. Or we could use Chagos. Maybe we could do that. But basically, we should get all the Labour MPs, all the Labour activists, all the trade union superstars, all of them. We'll make them their own little kingdom, Diddler Island, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And then we fly Prince Andrew out there, and he can be the Diddler King. And they can have their own little Diddler Island. Obviously, we have to make sure it's blockaded, so they can't just ship out children, because it'd be, remember on Pedogeddon where they're like, oh, we shot him into space. We shot him into space, the diddler, and it turns out we've trapped a child on the space station with him. But we should just give them Diddler Island, because it really is that bad. The Labour Party is unbelievable. Wall-to-wall diddlers. So here's this. Let's just watch this together. This is unbelievable. And Andrew Bridgen's delivering it. So, if you were a betting man, would you put money on it being true? Just listen to this.
Of Parliament was engaged with a relationship with one of these rent boys who was younger than 16, so he was underage. But it was such a brutal engagement and so violent that this kid's got to wear a colostomy bag for the rest of his life. Did you hear that?
Yes, unfortunately, I did. Yes.
Yeah. But the worst part of it to me is now I'm finding out there's potentially either a super injunction or a gag order on either members of Parliament or the media for nobody to talk about it. So basically, this guy's being protected in these heinous acts against this young boy, underage child, being protected by all of these people by the super injunction. Well, I can now reveal to you that my source for that information was none other than British journalist David Atherton. And David has sent me a short video in which he has come forward to reveal the name of that suspended member of Parliament.
Morning, campers. Well, I've been threatening for a while now to reveal what I've been told about Nick Brown, the former Labour chief whip, who left in a bit of a hurry, shall we say, in 2022. As chief whip, he was in charge of discipline with all the Labour MPs the time he was in the role, and he obviously generally knows where all the bodies are buried, and a lot of it.
Just to be clear, right? So that lad, the one whose shitbox he absolutely reamed, right, so badly that he has to wear a bag for the rest of his life, under 16. So, I mean, I know we throw the word diddler around so much these days. So many diddlers, so little time. But honestly, full-blown diddler, this one. Under 16, arse like a windsock. Thanks to this wanker. So, this is where we're at. I love it. What did I tell you a few weeks ago? I said, Starmer, limpet, but human barnacle that he is, he'll cling on. This is me quoting myself verbatim about a month ago. What did I say? I said, Starmer, human barnacle, he'll cling on and he'll survive it because he's utterly shameless. But there'll be a couple more scandals that'll finish him off. And I said, we won't have to wait long. It's unbelievable. Diddler-geddon. That's what this is. It never ends. To the point where now, even a wet rag like Farage has come round and just said it. Labour's got a diddler problem. No shit. Like I said, they should get rid of the rose and just have Jimmy Savile's head. Or a picture of Gary Glitter with his big fro. Like, they are unbelievable, the Labour Party. Unbelievable. So, that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Diddler-geddon.
Could bring down any Labour government, any Labour politician. So hence he was protected so well. Now, what I've been told is let me give you an idea. Nick Brown has long been accused of using rent boys, and which he has denied. And author Tom Bauer, and I quote here, and his publisher was sued for libel by Nick Brown over his 2017 book, Broken Vows.
Broken vows, broken arsehole, broken. If you've been within 500 metres of him, Nick Brown, in private, you've got an arsehole like a gutted fireplace. The bloke is, for want of a better word, a despicable, disgusting. What's up? Is there a polite word for pervert? Is there a nice way of saying it? He's got a ring piece like a. I can do those analogies all day. Anyway, top end of a welly, this fella, and obviously he's top man in the Labour Party. Top man in the Labour Party, just like Mandelson is. Prolapsed shitbox and Labour Party go together like fish and chips. It's absolutely staggering. Anyway, we'll let this guy finish because I'm loving this. I've got nearly as much of as a fatty on as Mr. Brown's got when he walks past the local young boys choir.
I quote, Bauer repeated false 1998 rent boy allegations leading to a legal dispute and eventual settlement where Bauer regretted the distress, admitted the claims are untrue and agreed to changes in future editions. The case involved complex legal arguments about defamation, serious harm of public interest, with a joint statement ultimately resolving the matter, apparently. But of course, but what I've been told was that he sodomized a rent boy so badly they're going to have to wear a colostomy bag for the rest of their life. And I've also been told.
Unlucky. You went to a seedy motel with Mr. Brown, didn't you? Of course you need to wear a bag. that was daft, wasn't it? That was daft. Fisting. Fisting and fingering. That should be there. It should be the rose. The rose should go Jimmy Savile's head. And instead of better together or whatever their slogan is now, it should be fisting and fingering. Labour. Fisting and fingering. Vote Labour. Savile's head. Now then. That'll suit them. It's unbelievable. Are they the most... Do you think they're the most degenerate party in the history of politics? Because I think they are. I think there's been so many diddler scandals in the last 12 months. The current Labour Party and the Houses of Parliament and the House of Lords in 2026 is the most corrupt, decadent, diddler-friendly, evil Parliament in British history. I don't think it's ever been worse than it is now. Like I said, diddler-geddon. I think I'll make a video. I might try and get that done tonight because I've got to go early tomorrow. Diddler-geddon. It's definitely diddler-geddon for the Labour Party. It's unbelievable. So I'll make a video of this
as well. Some of the boys were should we say, just turned the right age. I think just turned.
Yeah. So it's like the girl with the dragon tattoo. You know, I'm sure a lot of you read the book. Good book, good series. All the stuff's true. We just live in a world where they have slippery lawyers and they control the system, and they have the judges and the lawyers in the pockets and the government in the pockets to be where the burden of proof's obscene. Everyone knows it, but you can't say it. Like I said, Jimmy Savile. Everyone knew it. Millions and millions of people knew what Jimmy Savile was doing, but they couldn't tell anyone because with the system being rigged, you can't say anything. You'll go, liable. And then you don't want to get sued because then you'll end up paying and then you'll do more harm than good because then everyone will see the headlines and go, oh, it must have all been lies. He's as pure as riven snow, Jimmy Diddler. So that's what's gone on. It's corruption. But it's the same as in the book. It's all true. That guy had to apologise to him. It was all true what he said. Obviously. So again, that's what it is. Diddler-geddon. Nick Brown, right? People used to think he just drank a lot of carnation milk. You know, he was teetotal. Everyone else was having a pint of bitter and Guinness and that. They thought he was drinking carnation milk. He liked Nesquik and he spilt it down his front a lot. But no, what it was, he's that much of a pervert that he was constantly covered in crusty spunk stains. So that's the problem. There was clues if you had the eyes to see. He was leaping. He was crispy. Findus Crispy Diddler was Nick Brown's pseudonym in the Houses of Parliament. Cyril Smith, let's not forget Cyril. Don't forget about Cyril. Yeah, don't want to forget about him.
18 to be a rent boy. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, to anybody at the Labour Party. By the way, I have written to the Labour Party requesting the information. I've also sent them out a couple of tweets. I've not had a knock at the door from the boys in blue yet. I may get one now. But anyway, I know if
the Rozzers will be round. Not only will the Rozzers be round, they will give him a good shoeing in the back of the van and then tell the judge he slipped on some loose carpet in the station, my lord. But the truth's out now, boys. There's too many. There's too many examples. So again, diddle-geddon. There's too many. Everyone knows now. You can't just keep denying it when it's 10 million people know about this stuff now. You can get all the super injunctions you like. Eventually the dam bursts. The corrupt, decadent vermin that run the UK can get away with it for decades longer than they should be able to because they've rigged the system. but it sounds like the dam's burst now, and it's going to be diddle-again, isn't it?
If anybody, in the Labour Party would like to contact me and tell me what really happened if I'm wrong, it's what I've been told, and the sources were quite, should we say, very good. So catch you later, guys. And this might blow up the internet today. Cheers.
Love that.
So there you have it. Folks, this is an explosive allegation, and if true, should require the full weight of not only British media, but world media to investigate, along with British authorities. If it is found that a young underage boy was sexually brutalized so horribly that members of Parliament, including Prime Minister Keir Starmer, potentially knew about it, what would the implications of that be? Yet, oddly enough, since that viral interview with Andrew Bridgen, not one single media outlet, not the BBC, not Sky News, not even GB News, reached out for more information. Shame on them.
Well, because they're all scared,
Member
aren't they?
of Parliament was in.
They're all scared. The system's rigged. So, brilliant, that, innit? Brilliant. I love that. I can't wait to read about this. Tomorrow we'll see if the media pick it up. Anyway, back to the creature in question. This fat, warty creature here. Look at him. He just looks like a piece of shit, doesn't he? Big, fat, warty thing with a big carbuncle growing off his nose. Eyes like a shithouse rat. Look at him. Piss holes in the snow. And he's been dug up more underage lads than you can shake a stick at. He's jabbed more children than your average paediatrician. But he wasn't jabbing them with a needle. He was jabbing them with his pork sword. So that's amazing, isn't it? Former trade unionist, sir. Of course he was a trade unionist. Again, how many times have I told you? This is where when you read about politics and history, you get bored with it. You get bored with it because it's not even news. It's a cliche. It's a cliche is what it is. Lefties, postmodernists, communists and socialists and academics being diddlers is boring. That's why they do it. That's why Catholic priests, that's why they get into it. So they can get into positions of authority to do stuff like this. That's why they do it. It's a cliche. That's why when you get a Pinochet and he starts taking people like this for free helicopter rides, the general public, funny old thing, they seem to be all about it. You learn from academics after the fact. They go, oh, it's a terrible person. And then you look into it and you go, yeah, but he had 90% approval rating when he was doing it. Why do you think? Because they're like this fella. Creatures. The man is, like I said, worse than your bog standard criminals. If you want to pick between a bloke who robbed a post office with a pump action shotgun, or this fella, or Barabbas, all right, it'd be Nick Brown, Barabbas, post office guy. Honestly, these people are the worst type of human trash. We put up with it. It's unbelievable. Look at that. Look at his CV. He's the longest serving chief whip of the Labour Party, serving under Starmer, Corbyn, Millipede, Cycloptic Chum, and Sir Anthony Charles. Funny old thing. I need to get a clip for Millipede, don't I? Look at the state of him. Millipede. Look at all these creatures. Creatures everywhere. Gordon Brown, there he is. Oh, said it. Hang on, there he is. Where's my media assets? Gordon
Now,
Brown.
evidently, my cycloptic colleague informs me that can't be done.
Yeah, they are the detestable creatures, all of them. You know what's funny? I've said this many times. Out of those 5, this is how bad it is. Out of those 5, see if you disagree with me. Out of those 5, I prefer Corbyn. I honestly think terrorist-supporting, screaming communist that he is, he's the most moral out of them all. As I've said, because at least Corbyn has been that way since he got elected in 1983. nobody's ever been under any illusions about what Corbyn is. So at least he wears his red in tooth and claw heart on his sleeve, and everybody knows what he is. In fact, should we do the ranking game now, right? So I reckon, let's say they're all on fire and I have to pee on them to try and douse the flames, right? Corbyn gets it first. Then it's a tough one, isn't it? This is hard. This is like shag, marry and kill. This is way harder. I reckon Corbyn gets swamped on first. Then Millipede, again, because he is a creature, but redhead since 05. Everyone knows what he is. I think this is how bad it is. Corbyn and Millipede are more decent, upright chaps. And as far as I'm aware, Millipede's been happily married for a while, and I don't think Millipede's a diddler. So the two out communists, this is how bad Labour is, you know what I'm saying? The two out communists are preferable to to most of them, aren't they? Because this is what we're dealing with. The detritus of humanity. So I'll go with Corbyn, then Millipede, then Brown. Detestable creature. See, he's one who's Machiavellian. He'll believe whatever he thinks benefits him because he's a horrible, self-trimming, frisp cyclops with a heart that beats black blood. but I think he's first. So I'm out of piss at this point. I'll just sort of warm my hands above the flames, above the embers. And then these two. I mean, that is an hard choice, that, innit? That is definitely an hard choice. Blair, you have to go back and say, is the author of all of our wars. But again, I do think, even though Blair is the creature to blame for all of it, at least Blair had some redeeming qualities, like a low cunning. like you can hate him, despise him. In fact, I'd suggest it's your duty as a God-fearing Englishman to despise someone like Tony Blair. But at least he was competent. He was possessed of an evil Machiavellian sort of low cunning, wasn't he? I honestly think Starmer's the worst. It's an hard one, isn't it? It's an hard one. Whoa, Stu's gifted 5 memberships. Grab them while they're off. Thank you for that, Stuart. That'll help keep Neil and Suzar from beyond the grave off my plums for a while. Much appreciated. So it is. It's an hard one, that, isn't it? Defo's an hard one. I don't know who I'd go with. Resistant Geordie, yeah, you didn't miss. Well, I was going to say you didn't miss much. You did miss much. But I'll make a video about it. I'll make a video about it before I leave tomorrow. Because honestly, you missed Diddlegeddon. Diddlegeddon. You thought the last 10 scandals were bad enough. Diddlegeddon now. Absolute creature, this fella. Unbelievable. Eyes like a shithouse rat. Look at him. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. And this big, fat, horrible twat probably weighs about 25 stone. What a creature. And another one, right, as usual, parachuted into a safe seat. And the Geordies, in fact, let's bring Resistant Geordie back up because I'm having a pop at the Geordies. Unfortunately, Resistant Geordie's a base Geordie, but as he's the only out Geordie in the chat, he's getting it. Okay? You must be brought to task for the ineptitude and stupidity of 60% of Newcastle. They're almost as bad as the Scousers, the Geordies. You could put a rosette on I nearly said a pig. You could put a rosette on Gary Glitter and he'd win a seat in Newcastle. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the maddest thing is, because of some old scandal that went off in the Northeast back in the day, where some crazy nurse was accusing all the parents of being diddlers, the common go-to insult from Geordies and Mackhams is they call us Diddlers. It's like a football insult. They sing stuff like you're just a town full of pedos because, and it turned out it was bollocks, wasn't it? I mean, you all know that. It was I remember asking my dad about it when I was a bairn in like early 80s, saying, hey, Dad, why do they chant town full of pedos? And he said, it was this bomber's nurse who accused everybody instantly of being a pedo and taking the kids away. And apparently it was a national scandal because 150 kids got took off their families or something. And it turned out none of them were diddlers. So the irony is, Geordies call us diddlers because of this old football crack. But that town is being represented by the king, again, Diddler King. Although, no, I suppose Prince Andrew's got royal blood. He has to be King Diddle. And Nick Brown can be Prince Diddlesome. so that's where we're at. So I'm having a go at you, Resistant Geordie. You're the only Geordie in the chat I can spew my ire at. It's unbelievable. They all live in Diddlington. In Diddleshire. Yeah, they do. They do. It's unbelievable. So I love that. We'll come back to that. I'll make a video about it. If you haven't checked out Diddler King, see, I'd filmed this before this news broke. And that's what I'm talking about in the video. I'm saying, like, the entire British establishment, not just the parties, but everyone involved in steering the ship of state in England, in the UK, Diddler, or at the very least, Diddler adjacent, right? BBC, Diddler adjacent, Guardian, Diddler adjacent, Sky News, Diddler adjacent, Talk TV, LBC, Channel 4, ITV, Daily Mirror, they're all Diddler adjacent because they've all knew about all this for 50 years and none of them say anything about it. So they're either guiding them in or rattling them themselves. And I made this video before I even got to the Nick Brown story. So this is where we're at. Unbelievable. It's absolutely staggering. I told you, I'm embarrassed. There's so many people in positions of authority in the UK that are diddlers. I'm going to start lying. I'm going to tell people I'm French. Sacre bleu. When I go out in America, you know, I've got an accent, I'll fake it. I'll be like, can I have 2 pints of beer, please? Where are you from? Hey, I am a Frenchman. Definitely not from England. No. No. I might have 12 lovers, but I wouldn't rag a 10-year-old boy. It's absolutely unbelievable. Yes, if anyone asks, I'm a frog. I'm a frog with downs because my accent's a bit weird. Anyway, I forgot to do that. Because if you're watching this, you're not watching that. Don't forget to click on that link. Hang on, I'll put it in the chat so you can click it. Click it, turn the volume off, watch it in the background. Do me a solid, lads. That might pay me 2 pence in ad revenue. There you are. Click on that. You tight bastards. Doesn't cost you now. Yeah, so that's unbelievable, isn't it? So, like I said, filmed that 10 minutes before I saw the Nick Brown news. Unbelievable. I think also I've broke my record there. I've only been talking for 31 minutes, and I reckon that's the most times a human has ever said the word diddler on a live stream. I guarantee there'll be blokes out there who've done like 4-hour streams. No one's ever used the term diddler that many times in 31 minutes. Impossible. So that's good, isn't it? What else is breaking news today? Shall we click on some of these breaking news things on the side? Let's have a look. Where's the breaking news gone? I have to go on the homepage. Here we go. Right. Taxi driver. Again. Diddler. Can't get away from it. Shall I just change the name of my channel? UK Diddlers. That's what. There's nothing else to talk about. Even the breaking news on X. Diddler, diddler, diddler. You can't get away from it. As I said, when did I make the video about Diddler Island? It's what I call the UK. It is. It's unbelievable. At this point, every male child should get castrated. And then if you get to 18, you know, like you get a brain scan, and if you pass, they'll glue your cock back and balls back on. It's unbelievable. And it's only got worse since we started importing these knobheads, isn't it? And then this is what I'm talking about. Hey, look at this. Look at that. Right? Convicted of surprise sexing a 9-year-old, and he got 6 months. How is the country not on fire? You know what I'm saying? Like, every one of us should be embarrassed that we've tolerated this. Violently, viciously bouncing on boys, 6 months in jail. And we go, oh yeah, Keith Vaz. Yeah. He plugs his fridge in and then he plugs into the bloke who delivered it. Keith Vaz. It's unbelievable. Keith Vaz, I totally forgot about him. He was an absolute pest, wasn't he, Keith Vaz? And he was covering up all of the grooming. Wasn't he, Keith Vaz? Keith Vaz should be in jail for 25 years. He wants racking. He wants racking and then strapping on the old electric lazy boy. Keith Vaz. Unbelievable. Imagine being a delivery boy. Turn around Keith Vaz's house. Where do you want it, mate? Put it in the garage. All right, then. Just nip into the garage. Door closes behind you. You're going to wank us off, then? What? What did you say? You're going to wank us off? No. With your ass. Whoa. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That is scandalous, that. I have to bookmark that. I can put that in my video. How do you bookmark it? All right, I'll just retweet it. Let me just repost it so I don't forget. Undo the repost. I've got to quote it. I've got to put something pithy in there. 6 months for bouncing on boys. The entire nation should be barking into their cereal when they read this shit. And then we'll put a sick emoji in there as well, right? Yeah, it's unbelievable. Drag him out of whatever hole he's currently inhabiting, and we'll retroactively get some justice for the victim. 9-year-old. You should never get out for that. Is there anyone watching this? I mean, seriously. I've always told you the UK is a police state. It's a police state. You're not free people. Because who? Even the most self-loathing pinko lefty. I know dyed-in-the-wool Labour voters in Borough. Like I said, nearly as thick as the Geordies. Borough. I know dyed-in-the-wool Labour voters. At least 2. We mate Muzzy. We mate John Witt. Always voted Labour. The parents voted Labour, so they voted Labour. Thick as shit, but good friends of mine. Right? Say that about all my best friends. If you said to them, what should you do to a bloke who caves in a 9-year-old shitbox? Neither of them would go, 6 months. No, I guarantee they'd be like, life. This isn't controversial. Nobody agrees with this. So this is what I'm telling you. You don't live in a free country, you live in a police state. Lucy Connolly got 3 years for tweeting. He got 6 months for buggering boys. You can't make this shit up, can you? You can't make it up. If it was in a work of fiction, Lionel Shriver's just wrote a new work of fiction. If she wrote a fiction book, and in the fiction book, a well-known Labour MP, a government MP, let's just take the pie out of it. if she wrote a fiction book set in an unnamed country, and in that country an MP was surprise sexing 9-year-olds, and the MP only got 6 months in jail, everyone would go, oh, that what a shit book. It's too unrealistic. It doesn't really make sense, that, does it? 98% of people would say, wheel out old Sparky, 40,000 volts through his nutsack, or to solve this problem. Or yeah, to quote Bricktop, feed into the pigs, Errol. Literally. I mean, I wouldn't want to poison the pigs. I'd feel sorry for the pigs. Like I said, electric will do it. And I wouldn't even charge the taxpayer. I'd be the state if we get reform in. Sorry, restore, because reform are a bit wet, aren't they? Rupert said he'll have a referendum on it. If we had a referendum and everyone unanimously voted, yeah, bring it back, I would do it for free. I'd be a genuine, bona fide public servant. I'd do it for free. I wouldn't take a salary. I would do it every Saturday morning, like put it on the telly, and I'd do it myself. And I wouldn't even use a gun, because, you know, you got to pay for ammunition. I'd use a brick. I'd get one of them Peloton things, and I'd like wire a transformer to it, because I do fizz every day. I do like a full hour on it and, you know, build the charge up, and then glue some electrodes onto his napper and go, beep, blow his nutsack off. It'd be like green energy. There you go, Redhead. Redhead could like get behind that idea, wouldn't he? Redhead's not a diddler, and he's and he loves green energy. I'll blow his plums clean off free of charge. Free of charge. All I need is a pint of water when I've finished. Easy. I'll do it for free. Oh, like I said, my original idea was televising it and charging, and then you'd make money from it, wouldn't you? Like Big Brother. We could have all the diddlers lined up, and on a Friday night, then you have the flagship show hosted by Dermot O'Leary, and he goes on Channel 4 and says, all right, kids, welcome to, I don't know, what do we call it? Death to Diddlers. Welcome to Death to Diddlers. Who's up for this week, Davina? Well, we've got Nazir Ahmed here, we've got Nick Brown, we've got Ukbari Mohammed, we've got Iqbal Rafiki, we've got, I mean, it'd have to be a long show, reading their fucking names. It'd have to be a 4-hour show, and they could just go through all the diddlers, and then we'd pick 8, like a short list of 8, and then you put them on the screen, and you text in. Text Diddler 1 to 8113. Text Diddler 2. And then whoever gets the most votes, I'll come out on the morning, dressed as a clown, you know, keep it kid-friendly, Saturday morning, goes out live. I'd come out on a unicycle, juggling, dressed as a clown, hank, and then I pull out my glittery brick and get to work, free of charge. Or blow his nutsack clean off via the medium of green energy. Put some like party poppers in his mouth and a red nose on him, and then when it gets to enough voltage to blow his conkers off, the thing goes. Brrr. Saturday morning sparkbox. Love that. It's a brilliant idea. So there you go. I'd make us money. I'd personally clear the deficit, the amount of texts we got. It'd be the cash would be racking up, wouldn't it? So brilliant. I'll volunteer to be the state executioner, and I can also be the Chancellor of the Exchequer because I'll make us a fortune. It really is staggering, that. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll make a video about all these insane diddlers in short order. What else have we got? Mandelson's trending. Oh god, I'm trying to get off the diddler cases. Mandelson's trending. What's he done now? Who's he noshed off now? Peter, who've you been gobbling now? The media are trying to say Gordon Brown is being a good guy by passing on information about Epstein and Mandelson. He's a pest and all. Gordon Brown. I bet you Peter Mandelson's fucked his eye socket. That's why he wears an eye patch. Because Peter Mandelson's been bumming his skull. It's It's unbelievable. These people are just, like I said, we're just led by creatures. Absolute creatures. I hope that the reason they'll have sold the gold off cheap is because it'll have been covered in spunk stains, so they wouldn't have been able to get, premium price for it. Being tarnished by jizz. It's it's fucking unbelievable. Christ almighty. I wonder how Peter Mandelson's feeling this evening. I wonder who he's feeling. Yeah. I knew, I always suspected there was something amiss with Peter Mandelson, because I remember once when he was in Parliament and he was reading like a paper, but when the camera went past him, if you paused it, he was actually reading a 101 Choir Boy Arseholes. That was his go-to when he was on the floor in Parliament. He always had it inside, like in the comics, like the Beano, where like you're reading a maths book, but there's a copy of like, I don't know, Tom and Jerry inside it. That's what this pest was like. Thanks for the Ayrton Senna, Anglo-Saxon. Cheers, mate. It's staggering. Staggering what's gone on. Unbelievable. The creatures that lord it over us. So I don't know why he's trending. Is he going to tell me anything? If Peter Mandelson's been investigated, so should Tony Blair, obviously. I hope Mandelson's feeling uncomfortable, so do I. Why would Reform Shadow Chancellor be sending his speeches to a rival party for a sign-off? Robert Jenrick texted a copy of his speech on the economy to George Osborne. Why would you want Gideon's approval? I've told you I've never liked... in fact, I don't just dislike him. I despise Robert Jenrick. I tortured him when that news broke about the Afghans getting shipped over. I was the first on his case, Robert Jenrick. I personally sent him a message saying, "You absolute creature." Obviously, he never responded. I wonder if it's still in my inbox anyway. I bet you it is, because I don't send that many personal messages on Twitter. Let me have a look. Nah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here it is. Look, I sent him this. When did I do this? July 16th, 2025. I sent him that. Look, dodging £2 tube fares, importing 24,000 Afghans. I said, at least Corbyn was open about being an out socialist. You have the outrageous brass neck to call yourself conservative. Your party should be as non-existent as your career is going to be next election. And any defects to reform. It's quite distressing. Because again, the difference between me and so many on the right is that I'm extremely pessimistic. So as I said, argued with Landure about it. I'll never overtly slag off Farage and Reform, because I'm so pessimistic. I don't think the normies watch YouTube. The proof's going to be in the pudding in Gorton and Denton. I'll tell you what. Right, this is how low my opinion is of my countrymen. Right, I reckon Gorton and Denton. I reckon Reform can pull it off. But even if they don't, I reckon Nick Buckley will only get about 3-4% of the vote. First of all, I think Reform can win it even with Nick Buckley running, which is why I wouldn't criticise Nick or Restore. You know, the more the merrier. Any campaigning for the right is good. I've told you about this numerous times. I don't like to see the right slagging each other off. I'll take anything over Labour. So I don't think it's a bad thing that Nick's running. The left vote's always been split. Labour are going to take a decent amount. The Greens, Lib Dems will get some. That vote's fractured. So Restore and Nick and Advance can all do what they like as far as I'm concerned. I won't slag any of them off. But I'm telling you, the normies don't pay attention. I have no confidence at all that Nick will get even more than 3-4% of the vote. They don't pay attention. They just don't. We let the left have it their own way for too long. Because, like, Conservatives, the way they are, and Richard Dawkins said, didn't he? It's like herding cats. We let them have it their own way for too long. We let them have Hollywood. We let them have the media. We let them have entertainment. We let them have television. We let them have everything. And we all said, oh, that doesn't matter. That's just pointless entertainment. People should still be individuals, right? We let them have it too good for too long. So England and the UK especially, Scotland's even worse. Wales is even worse. The UK is a left-wing nation. It's been conquered by the left because we let them. We let them do it for 40 years. So I'm not confident at all that Restore have got a chance. And I'll promote them and I'll praise Rupert to the rafters. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Nigel, after 20 years, has got normies so they know about him and they'll get into it. So maybe Reform can pull it off. I don't think Restore will. I've got no confidence at all. As I said, I think about 5-10% of the public pay attention. And yeah, they don't. This is what I'm saying, Carl. 100% correct. Normies don't. The Conservatives are still getting 10-15% of the vote. Again, my prediction was correct, wasn't it? Like 4 years ago when I was saying, here's what's going to happen. Labour's going to win the next election. Maybe 20-30% of us will abandon the Conservatives. And then we've just got to hope in 2029 we get an alternative. Well, to this day, 10-15% of them are voting Conservative. So I've got no confidence in the British public. Most of the public are left-wing. The only chance we've got is if the left-wing vote fractures between Greens, Labour, Lib Dem, and then everyone galvanises behind one party. And the only party that the normies even are aware of on the right is old Frogface. So I've got no confidence. Like I said, I'll cheer him on, but I've got zero confidence. Sniper Sight, now that the former prince has been arrested, I believe he will become the Supergrass. Watch the elite start to fall soon. I love that. Yeah, well, I mean, have we got enough jail cells? We need to start building some more prisons if we're going to lock up all the diddlers. Christ almighty, there's thousands of them. Thousands of them. Diddler Island. Peaceful standing military, legal justice system, rescue of innocence is our right. No, I haven't got none of that. None of that. You live on Diddler Island. The ruthless elites lord it over you with an iron fist, and as you've just seen, rod your 9-year-olds and get treated better than if you drink 6 pints and go for a drive. Again, Lucy Connolly. We almost overuse her name because she's just one of tens of thousands of people who've been wrongfully convicted because they're white and have wrong opinions. But they'll go easy on the diddlers. Keith Vaz never got locked up. That MP got 6 months for when he should have been doing 25 years in the nick. Let's have one last bit of diddler action. This is just a diddler stream, innit? Happy Ramalam. That's one of my favourite ones. You've heard that one, haven't you? What do you call a Pakistani that shags sheep? Ramalam. Happy Ramalam to the pimps, the snack bar pimps. Puma Tracky, who surprise sexed a teenager and then forced her into being a prosy after he got her addicted to crack cocaine. So he wants 40 years in jail or his plums blasting off. That's it. 14 years to be served alongside an existing, so he'll get out after 6 or 7. It's unbelievable. He'll be out in 6 years, him. Ramalam. It's unbelievable. Don't say 14 years, Scooter. It won't do 14 years. He'll be out in 6. Christ. He'll be out in 6. Get angry. Yeah, Scooter. Don't say 14 year. He'll be out in 6. I guarantee. He'll be dug up a 10-year-old faster than you can say Ramalama Ding Dong. It's unbelievable. The nation's been completely conquered. Anglo-Saxon cheers. My mate Mighty Mo won't eat pork. He loves his lamb. Oh, you've actually got your mates with one, are you? Yeah, well, we know they like lamb. Yeah. Again, I used to like New Zealand lamb. But I won't eat the British lamb because I don't believe one of this lot hasn't been bumming it. Okay? That's the strange salty aftertaste on British lamb. Rama lamb's had a go on it before it ends up in Morrison's. So yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. This is unbelievable. So anyway, we'll call it there. I have to go. I've got stuff to do. Thanks for tuning in. I won't be in tomorrow or Saturday. I've got to go back to Los Angeles, unfortunately. However, I've fitted some anti-homeless claymores to the front and back of my car. So hopefully I can, clack them and blow a few of them out the boot. And we'll have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click on that link that I put in the chat. And I'll see you all Monday. Yeah. I'll try and film something else for tomorrow before I piss off as well. And if not, I'll see you Monday. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Stay pissed. Get angry. And jam a bottle of shower gel up your ring piece or something, because you never know if you're going to get it. Wear cast iron knickers if you're a woman or a man. You're on Diddler Island. Chainmail wabs for everyone. Chastity belt. Whatever you've got. Bottle of jar of Robertson's up your fucking clacker. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Diddler Island. Stay strong. Do some hip flexors. Work your buns so you can clasp your arse cheeks as tightly shut as you can do if you're ever unlucky enough to walk past a British MP. All right? See you all next week. Have a good weekend. See you later.